Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're walking with Mr. Clay. I'm Mr. Clay. We're in the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 1 as you prepare. And also we thank the Most High, even the I Am, for those of you who have been with us since the beginning, those of you that have been with this channel here and there's about, and those of you who are contemplating subscription or have just subscribed to this channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes, calling those things that are not as though they are. And we're in Jeremiah chapter 1. Now, we look at the prophets that are mentioned in what is called the Old Testament. They mainly were in the time of the kings, before the kings were done away with, before they were replaced. Babylon replaced the king, and he rebelled against the king of Babylon, and eventually he was deleted. But nevertheless, we're going to start this out with the prayer of Abram. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have swayed the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. That can be found in Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, the words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah, of the priests that were in Anathoth, in the land of Benjamin, of Benoni, to whom the word of the I Am came in the days of Josiah, son of Ammon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. Yes, he's giving you a brief, should I say, credential of himself, of who he is. Your credentials does not come from men or organizations as you are a prophet or your calling. Your credentials come from even the I Am, whatever messenger the I Am sent to tell you of your choosing for the office that you are to be, should I say, trying to find the right words for it, that you are called to, the office that you are called to, yes. Now, and it came also in the days of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the carrying away of Jerusalem, captive in the 5th month. Now, what he's saying is that the word of the I Am came to him in the days of Josiah. Okay, you can look that in 1 Kings, I believe, chapter 24. He says, now, unto the end of the 11th year, the 11th year of Zedekiah. So he's been through a few kings here. This is the days of his prophecies. The son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the carrying away. So Jeremiah was prophesying during the days of Josiah unto the carrying away of Jerusalem. Now, Israel is already gone with the king of Assyria. Now, here we are with Jeremiah prophesying until the carrying away of Jerusalem captive in the 5th month of the year of, should I say, Zedekiah. Now, then the word of the I Am came unto me, saying, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Now, we have to really think about this. Number one, the Most High doesn't create man anymore, in that the Most High created a man and woman and told them to multiply after their kind, or be fruitful and multiply. And that happened. So the Most High had already created the laws that dictate the actions that the copulation between man and wife produces. So, How can we say this then? He said, now, when you were conceived, I knew thee. When you were conceived, see, this is a translator error. Evidently, for those of us who look at things and know and see and try to understand the Most High, we see that this is a translated image or error. He said, now before you were conceived in the belly, I knew you. I knew the spirit you were. Okay? So you can put that out and say conceived in the belly because it took a man and a woman. Or either they're trying to pre-shape this Isis to come into the world, saying that, oh, God created you. No, God didn't create you. God already created Adam and Amma, or Adam and Eve. God had already created, and they had multiplied after their kind, according to the Genesis narrative. Now, some of us have to start reading the books of Enoch and the other books of beginnings, because they do contain a lot of things that we are ignorant of. Now, he says, now, before thou comest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. In other words, while you were in there forming in the belly of the nurturing woman that for her husband, he says, I set you apart, sanctification, set you apart, and I ordain you a prophet unto the nations. I ordain you a prophet unto the nations. Then said I am God. Behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. In other words, he took his age or his stature among men and says, I'm just a child. But the I am said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send you, or send thee. And whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces. This is one thing that we have to really understand. Be not afraid of their faces. People will look at you with a poker face. People will look at you with a laughing smirk. People will look at you in a way that is doubtful or unbelieving. But it's not their faces that you're worried about. It's being the messenger or the angel of the Most High. For angel means messenger, period. These are old English words you must look up if you're going to understand the scriptures, because most things are written in English. And then you have Spanish and other languages and Latin. But that is a dead language. Not many people, or very few people. It's mostly a cultist, should I say, language today. He says, now, see, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. He wasn't saying that to you, Christian. He was saying this to Jeremiah. Christians make stuff up. They take this and other folks, they'll take it, or those who have just come out of Christianity will take this and just make it their own. You know, God said this to you. God didn't say that to you. God said that to Jeremiah. God didn't say that to you. He said that to who? God said that to his prophet. Yes. He says, now, you, this day have I set thee over the nations. In other words, my word that's in you is causing you to be set over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out, pull down, and to destroy, and to throw down, and to build, and to plant. Moreover, the word of the I am came unto me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. You know, the branch of an almond tree. You know what it looked like. Then said the I am unto me, thou hast well seen, for I have hastened my word to perform it. And the word of the I am came unto me the second time, saying, what seest thou? And I said, I see a seething pot, a pot boiling water, and the face thereof is toward the north. In other words, the front of the pot is toward the north. Then the I am said unto me, out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. He's talking about the nations of the north. The nations of the north, yes. For lo, I will call the families of the kingdoms of the north, saith the I am, and they shall come, and they shall set every one his throne at the entering of the gate of Jerusalem, and against all the walls thereof round about, and against all the cities of Judah. So therefore, we know that the Most High is about to do something because of what Jerusalem had done, or the children of Judah and Benjamin have done. And they're doing what seemeth right unto themselves and putting their oath, or should I say their covenant with the Most High, on the back burner while they muse their heathen friends. Now, he says in verse, should I say 16, I will utter my judgments against them, touching all their wickedness, who have forsaken me, and have burnt incense unto other gods, as we have just said, and worship the works of their own hands. There's something that seems right unto us. It seems right unto us from where Jerusalem is. It seems right to us where, when the Sabbath is, it seems right to us how fringes are made, instead of really investigating these things. We follow the crowd because we want to be accepted. We want to be validated. This is why a lot of prophets, all the prophets, were separated, because they could see a thing that others cannot see, because they were blinded by their own desires to want to be validated or accepted amongst the crowd. And usually there are a few people in that crowd that really is doing all the validation. Yes, you're going to have to be separated. You're going to have to be pushed aside, and you're going to want to belong, but you don't belong if you carry this word of the Most High in your bosom and speak what it speaks. Many people do not know the pure word of the Most High. They don't know the law, and it is foreign unto them, even those who call themselves by Israel. They hate the law, because the law is the way, the truth, and the life we should live. Yes. Now, he says, they burn incense unto other gods and worship the works of their own hands. Now in verse 17, therefore gird up thy loins and arise and speak unto them all that I command thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them. I confuse you before them. You won't know what to say, or you say the wrong thing. But say what I tell you to say. For behold, I made thee this day a defense city and an iron pillar, a brazen wall against the whole land, and against the kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. Because they have gone their own way. What seems right unto them have they gone, is what the Most High has said. So don't be afraid of their faces, he's saying to Jeremiah. Not to you, Christian, and not to making up stuff. Or Islamists, you're making up stuff. And this will be to your detriment, to make up things. God knew Jeremiah from the womb, from the day he was conceived. God did not form Jeremiah. The word of the Most High, the law of the Most High formed Jeremiah, because when a man and woman copulates, many times it's going to bring forth a child. And from then is where God knew Jeremiah and set him apart, that he should be a prophet unto the nations. He's talking about the nations of Israel. He's talking about the peoples of Israel. Or should I say, even Judah and Benjamin. Now he says, now, speak unto them all that I command thee. He says, now, they're not going to bother you in verse, should I say, 18. They're not going to bother you. You're going to be a defense. He says, I'm going to protect you, Jeremiah. And an iron pillar. You're going to seem strong like I am. and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. Don't worry about it. I got you. You're going to say what I want you to say, and I'm the one that's going before you. God doesn't go behind us. He doesn't go to the side. The Most High goes before us, and we follow. Was God ever behind Israel in the days of their sojourning from Egypt? No, God was always before Israel, leading them through, using his spirits to do it. Now, he says here, and they shall fight against you, Jeremiah, but they shall not prevail against you, for I am with you, saith the I am, to deliver you. And this, when you point out faults of people who are prospering in their wickedness, they will fight against you. They will. Whether it's religious wickedness or just plain wickedness that has nothing to do with religion, they will fight you. Some will even try to delete you. And this is where Jeremiah has to trust the Most High. We can call this the call of a prophet from a kid. Usually he was a teenager, but he was still a child before the Most High. Yes, he was a teenager or a young man, and he was a child. But these are translators' errors that we have to really understand. That's why it's so important that we read and understand this book. Because in this book we'll see many flaws. We'll see many things that are not true. That doesn't jive. That does not flow. We ain't talking about no crimson flow. We talking about does not flow with what God is doing. And we'll see that as we progress along in the prophets, that many times that what you have Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and so on and so forth, that they are prophesying to Israel before the Persian Empire comes to pass. And the Persian Empire is the one that should deliver even the tribes of Judah back to Jerusalem to be restored. And they were restored according to the book of Esther, Nehemiah, and Ezra. Yes, not in that such order, but that's the way they were restored. And all the prophecies that they have said referred to this, regardless of what the translators here say. But if we do those things that are right before the Most High in our covenant living, our agreement we make with the Most High, we will have peace.